All right, everybody. Today we're going to be looking at probably the biggest upset. Well, absolutely was the biggest upset, which was LA Thieves versus Boston. We're really going to focus on the hard points today. Going into Major 2s through the qualifier, right? LA Thieves was 9-0. They then finish at the Major 3-4. So we're just going to look at their hard point game, kind of what didn't translate to online to LAN. But let's get into it.
Here we go, folks. Map number 1, the LA Thieves taking on Boston Breach.
I guess also we could look at what Boston did really well. Because throughout stage 1, they were like a top 4, top 5 hardpoint team. But they kind of got away from that in stage 2.
All 4 players dead. Scrap moving to the top.
This is a really good play by Ghosty. Doesn't expect the third, right? So you get Dan pushed out. He's trying to flip these spawns. He wants Boston spawning like Boathouse or Tin. He pushes through lobby. He knows they're spawning well. Gets 2. Doesn't expect the third here. So let's see if Purge makes the play off this.
Purge the only man he didn't account for there, and he didn't do the full count. So now, a very interesting moment here where this is going to turn.
All right, so that's a big kill.
That's right. Purge manages to stay alive. But for how
okay, so that actually turns into 2. So again, you get all 3 players spawning low. They think they have to. Purge gets 1. They get the second. So there's just these odd timings that kind of happen just based off that. You do have Hydra all the way through, though. So I think you're
that's another 3 down now.
pretty much just playing off this.
Shout out to Purge. IQ plays coming through right there, and his team's going to have the initial time. But the question is, do you actually hunt down the player in Hydra? No. You're caught unaware, but Cammy guns him down, so Hydra maybe a little bit too quick. No.
Maybe not the play. Now, I think what he wants to do is help Scrap because Cammy's leaving to cut off well. Yeah, he just has to secure one there. That doesn't happen.
There's a clean break for the LA Thieves.
All right, so it's like out of these messy moments, you've kind of survived.
Setup, Cammy spawns in the back, and everybody just
look at this play.
Now Thieves pushed out Hydra.
Ooh, Snoopy.
Confident, does some damage. There's the trades rolling through, and I mean, he got 2 ARs in time. 1 single flank here from Scoopy, but
man, okay.
Scoop that one up, gun everybody down, and
that was actually a really good play by Snoopy. So he just kind of prones. And like with these fences, there's some odd timings, right? Like you see Scrap, and who is this? Envoy just sort of waiting here because there's only 35 seconds left. You don't really want to send someone through on the flank with like, this is probably pretty close to the map, like right around 30 to 25. You probably want to stop. Now, the reason is you don't want to get bad spawns for the next hill, right? When we sort of transfer to P3. So what teams try to do when you have P2 control is when there's about 20 seconds left, they try to get pushed forward so that you spawn at old. So then you have a really far trek across the map. And you pretty much try to combine P2 and P3, right? It could be a massive, massive lead. So you don't want to do that to yourself by going on a late flank. So internally, Scrap is just thinking like, nobody's going to hit this route in a few more seconds. Now, they recover from this. This could have been a big play, but you'd see they both kind of turn. They're just thinking there's nothing lobby. Like, this is a 4-man hit, right? Like, this is a 4-man hit front. Let's just go help our teammates.
Hydra, if he's the front man, you're feeling confident, does some damage. There's the trades rolling through, and I mean, he got 2 ARs in.
So, well spawns up, and they immediately turn because they know they should spawn back here, but because of Snoopy's position, he's going to spawn them well, so they're going to turn. So this is so far so good for Thieves.
Scoop that one up, gun everybody down, and that is a 4-man wipe in the feed. Thieves comfortable to get that final point.
See, I mean, this is what you want. Purge is going to be spawning out. Awakening is going to be spawning out.
Hydra has just caught Snoopy out on the timing, but not on the kills. Envoy trades, and now straight over time, Cammy, huge amount of damage out there on the cross. As Envoy has him pinned. Will he check the right corner?
And this is about as good as it gets in terms of our hardpoint. What I just explained, flipping for P2 or for P3 at the end of P2, like Thieves have done this. So early on, you're getting the Thieves that we saw throughout Major 2 qualifiers.
A perfect setup right now.
With these fences create such weird timings.
An unfortunate bit of a contest here. Cammy is going to be the red dot on the minimap now. Awakening joining on Hydra. Cleans up pair. Can he get the third?
Ooh.
Clean and easy. It is going to be like that all tournament long, and that is a virtually perfect hill. You had some chip damage rolling through there from Boston, but
now you have a 3 versus 2.
Except for maybe this rotation. They win the opening gunfight. They got a trophy nearby as well, and Cammy pulling out the Jackal wants the kills. Is going to.
So maybe an odd timing there. As Hydra gets 3, right? Envoy's going to find Snoopy.
Long, and that is a virtually perfect.
I guess they're not thinking Purge is taking this route. I think they're assuming this is like a 3 versus 3, and as soon as Envoy goes in, you're gonna see Scrap and I think Yossi just kind of stop.
Till you had some.
Because if they just go, they have a 3-on-2. They don't know it though. Like Purge kind of takes a bit of an odd route, right? He's got kind of going for a repinch, where I think they're probably thinking he's playing with them. This is a 3-on-3, and as soon as Envoy dies, we're gonna be down a man. So they're just gonna wait.
Ship damage rolling through there from Boston.
I think maybe if you're Envoy, you have to wait just a second. I think if Ghosty's here, they might go, but he's just a few seconds ahead. Just a couple seconds ahead. Maybe trying to make a solo play or just start the domino effect. But he dies so quickly, you'll see Scrap just kind of pushes on up. And then he ends up getting flanked by Purge. But I think maybe Ghosty and Scrap go if he just waits a second. So maybe one of the first like glaring mistakes, just sort of timing wise here for Thieves.
But ultimately, they got nothing.
Because now, yeah, Scrap just leaves. As soon as that happens, Scrap's out. He's like, I'm not challenging this. Like, I have an AR. I can't help you, bro. Sorry about that. He's like, I'm not challenging Rock by myself.
Rotation. They win the opening gunfight. They got
So now Scrap's gonna die. He's gonna get flanked by Purge. And then Cammy's gonna get picked. So now you're kind of in this 2-2. You're staggered right now. You have to wait for each other. It's a nice first kill by Hydra though, and you have the streak. Okay. So what's crazy is they end up losing this map in already early, maybe with some like glaring mistakes through P2, and now here again at P4, they've bailed out of it, and they still end up losing. P4 is the only hill we're streaking.
It wasn't necessarily the Hellstorm.
I think you could do it on P3 as well. I think in terms of like, yeah, your worth, where we see it maybe turn in the most time is P4. Some teams do try to do it on like P2. You can maybe to like kind of break up that money hill. If you call it in, maybe you can kill this guy in the back and sort of just cross, because what ends up happening on P2 when you call in a Hellstorm is everybody sort of floods, right, inside a lobby. So what that opens up is normally you can get guys back here, like through this cross, right? It's really hard to kill someone through this door if they're just going through. So you can use it on P2, but it's not as effective. So I think P3 and P4 is probably where you look to use it the most of the time.
Turn there from the LA Thieves. It's wind in their sails now, folks.
That's a fatality moment, I feel like there. I mean, you just had in a 3v4 situation, Thieves winning all the gunfights. So Drake's already in. Purge though.
Yeah, I mean, you hear Chance. He's thinking like this is like some of these early mistakes. Now the streak. If they get this 30 seconds, they're up like 120 to 30. He's saying fatality. He thinks like the game could be over. But they somehow did this break. So let's talk about, post Hellstorm, kind of what happens.
Necessarily the Hellstorm, they got the job done. A massive amount of time.
Hydra just gets caught. Maybe, I mean, you see how deep they are too. They know where they're spawning. Like you have players all the way out here, all the way out here. Nobody's really pushing through halls yet on the breach side.
In their sails now, folks.
So there's the first pick.
Moment, I feel like there. I mean, you just had in a 3v4
so you had 2 1 versus 2s. You just never fought with numbers.
In another 2-piece, he's able to.
This is actually a huge 20.
If you're looking at the score column, Awakening Snoopy struggling to
Envoy
get anything going.
spawns behind, so a free pinch.
Hydra now back at it. Goes the second man in. Not able to get any kills. That's a nice.
How does Awakening read this? Is he just watching this way? Does he just turn here? Is this a just in case?
Column Awakening Snoopy struggling to get anything going.
Yeah, maybe because Purge is stepped. This is actually a really good read. You see number 7 here. I think because Purge is pushed up, they know that this is open. Nobody's really blocking. This is a great read by Awakening. Yeah, he spots him.
Back at it. Goes the second man in. Not able to get any kills. That's a nice 3 in the feed for the Boston boys. And the final 10 seconds going to go their way. Time going the way of Boston still.
And this has been a sort of comfortable moment for them as well. Doing a really clean and easy job maintaining the spawns. One pinch to get everybody off the time.
Ooh, that's a bad death. Okay, so you have another chance here with this P2. So you have all 4 players up if you're Boston.
The way of Boston still. And this
Awakening's going to die on the hill. See, the problem is Snoopy pinches here, right? But Hydra gets through. Let's see what happens to Purge.
Moment for them as well. Doing a really clean and easy job maintaining the spawns. One pinch.
Okay, so because Hydra's so far pushed up, and he's on this side of the map with nobody from LA Thieves over here, you flip the map. This is not what you're trying to do with 15 seconds left. Then you have a one-on-one here, Scrap versus Purge.
Get everybody off the time. Hydra hitting some wicked shots, though, downrange. And once again, Purge somehow finds himself in a spot where he has to make a pop-off play to try to get this P2 time.
Yeah, he dies.
Is simply overwhelmed.
Too many Thieves.
Scrap's starting to go off.
The map there to deal with him. Cammy, the lone
That well spawn.
man in the hill.
Can we just hit the front while kind of this happens? Yeah. Yeah, so Scrap pushes through. They're dealing with Purge. Can we just goes through Rock? Okay. Still have numbers here, though.
Wow, too many thieves all over the map there to deal with him.
Boston now have the numbers in the fight for the final 30. They already have the lead. You can start to run it up.
Wait, Ghosty, there we go. Snoopy pushes that last player out. Here comes the Zig hit. Nothing from the hip. Scrap traded out, and what a P2 this has been. The battle
Even if this is,
oh,
say, even if you split this, if you're Breach, you take this because they didn't have spawns. So, like, how does this go wrong for Thieves? It's just this. I'm gonna assume it just Cammy through Rock. I just don't know if. So Scrap goes through. Scrap goes through. He kills one here on Old. Does he end up killing the second?
Where he has to make a pop-off play to try to
I think he kills Snoopy as well.
And he is simply overwhelmed.
And just nobody's watching front after Scrap goes through Rock. Which feels like a mistake. Ghosty backs up. And what, they just leave a one-on-one?
Too many thieves all over the map there to deal with him.
I'm assuming that he's worried about Well, which is correct. They end up spawning Well. Nah, because he was right. He was right with Well, but...
Cammy, the lone man in the
I mean, that timing is crazy. I mean, honestly, that's just some good timing.
Snaps on a Ghosty.
I mean, Envoy probably fights that, and Ghosty might look if he's just not behind the car. The well spawn is correct, so it's just a good play by Cammy. But yeah, he just got through that front part, that front timing. Okay, so you kind of split P2. It's not the worst for either team.
It's going to be all red now as Boston Breacher found dead. Push now through fences, and it is not an easy one.
And the fact that you go from the P2 scrap time and you just win the break on P3, Snoopy, you're forcing this out early, which is a great thing for the rotation of the Rock Hill right now for LA Thieves. They do fall, and Boston are going to be able to secure this time.
That P3 streak, there you go.
How long? 30 seconds is
great plays by Cammy too. He got two.
So
So what? This streak gets you the final 30.
10 seconds to go. Rotation to new, all LA.
And there's what the Hellstorm.
What was our score though by the end of? Where are we at? 722. Our score around here was 90 to 38. Since then, they have gotten what? 28 points or 38? 28 points, right? 28 points since that P4, since that Hellstorm.
Right now, number 3, Envoy, has to do this himself.
He's got to do it alone. Hydra's going to back him up in a second. Trophy just saves the day. The second there. Awakening tagged up.
Good hold. Good early hold.
And they are now dominant on top of this hill, working on the deficit. They might be able to take the lead. And Boston squaring up towards the middle of the map to win the entry gunfight on Hydra. Now you're looking for the break.
Man advantage for now.
Now, this reminds me a lot of Major 1. Hydra just had a couple of these plays where honestly, it was like verse phase on this Rock Hill where he just looked for a little bit too much at times.
On top of this hill, working on the deficit.
And he ends up getting caught out by an AR. Like, that's just a really good shot by Cammy. Like, Hydra's thinking he has a freebie, but Cammy snaps. And now you have a 4 versus 3 on this break.
Squaring up towards the middle of the map to win the entry gunfight on Hydra. Now you're looking for the break.
Man advantage for now. Corner to corner. Cleans up the first. Second man down. Onto the third.
And there's the numbers. Well, Hydra's there. Okay.
The second set comes to a close. Let's go for a listen in with the LA Thieves.
In secret 1 bullet. In secret 1 bullet still.
Yeah, take out time.
I don't see secret.
There's
I'm
camping
their low secret. I'm in the low secret. Might get window on me. Window. He hit window. In window still.
1 bullet window. It's Snoop.
Big double.
Open as much.
Snoop in window.
It's on time.
Low secret that we close.
Nice.
Snoop close weak.
I play for the time.
Our side are close. Our side is 4. Time
Nice. He's R open right now. Off side open.
Okay. Snoopy's their top close.
Yeah, open. Just wait.
Open on me.
Snoopy's close.
Yeah. Hit our top close right now.
Open.
Our top close.
I'm just banging the hill.
I don't see nothing.
Like, nobody's playing for time. There's 2 minutes on the play clock.
Open. Snoop.
They're waterfall.
Close. Jumping on time and open.
R open and then pull on time. Close on time. Yeah.
25 seconds.
Yeah, play this time still.
Make sure we keep playing together. Get the scrap. Yo, come flat with me, Osman.
I'm already P4.
I'm in secret. I killed the gun.
You want
time.
P4? P4 still.
On time.
2 open.
Child waterfall.
One.
Back
Deep
up
secret.
open. Go through. Our side open, Ernie, still. There's 2 P4.
That's one thing, by the way.
Deep lobby. Deep lobby.
Two. 1 top spiral, 1 on ult.
It's like another one. They sound very, we kind of talked about it on the broadcast, but it sounds like maybe they just didn't expect to be in this position, like losing in a losing situation in map 1 versus Boston, which I guess you give props to Boston. Some pros say they really hate gaps in the comms. Are you a fan of keeping them busy? No, I've always been like very calm. Like, I've always loved ultras. Like, Carolinas this year's are very good, but a lot of repeat and like unnecessary hype. Not a fan of it. Is he just like trying to go and like make a play here? Like, what does he think? Snoopy's just gonna forget about him?
Our side open, Ernie, still. There's 2 P4.
That's one thing, by the way.
I feel like he should wait there, no? The hold by Boston so far.
One's back to lobby right now. And 1 on time.
Lambo.
Nice. 1 on time.
I'm taking a route.
Front side time.
We're all going different ways.
He's cold side area still.
On the Eddie dead. Go side door me. Stay alive. Shot side door. Side door me. Behind the yellow car. Behind the yellow car. Push. It's one back. It's one back. Back left. Back left. Nice. Close.
Right, they split it.
Challenge weak. He's half out. On the rock.
Just go left. Mid.
Nice. I'm getting you.
Shit on.
Nice. Three.
Hold.
Nice. This is really good time. Honestly, good break.
Watch on this fuck here.
Yo, I'm on you. Just
Boston could have put it away.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Nice
over
10.
now
All right, on
to another
rotation.
rock hard point. Thieves in control.
Is it going to be a P4 that bites him in the butt again?
Anything in the back
Okay, you get
pocket
the
of
first
Boston
two.
Bridge
You get the
right
first
now.
3.
Scrapping 2.
I mean, again, the Rock Hill, they have been on point, on rotation towards it, and they got everything pushed out. This is a dream setup right now for LA Thieves.
Yeah, this could be game. This really could be.
Whoa. Well, I guess it makes sense with 3, right? Envoy so far.
Yeah, right here and now. 3 players on time. The one man roaming out.
Does Ghosty just die
Here we
here?
go. Ghosty with eyes on.
But he doesn't expect to, I don't think. I think because Dylan's so far up, they kind of leave this.
This is a
They
dream
kill
setup
Snoopy.
right-
And look at this. With him here, I think that Dan is just thinking nobody can spawn on this side of the map. But the problem is they all go middle. So that, I guess, weighs it where he spawns on the left.
for LA Thieves.
Like he's literally just thinking, I just killed one here. There's no way there's going to be another one here. But you see number 8. No, I don't think it's not a bad angle. The problem is nobody runs to him, right? So I wonder if this happens if he plays it here. It might. I think what's odd about this is just that Boston all goes mid. So with Boston all going mid and him here, the spawn, it honestly kind of helps. It gives them a pinch. Or it gives them a 2-on-1 on Ghosty. So now they have a 4 versus 3. Plus, the player who maybe you would want Lambo is normally an AR. It's not an AR, right? So Envoy, he's so out of this play. He's just out of this play. Like, if this is Scrap or Ghosty from Lambo, they can help. That's a tough heady, but
Just yet off spawn, like
he's
this,
just
the
got to
hellstorm.
run.
Here we
Yeah,
go.
he's got to
On
run.
towards time. A big kill
Yeah, he's
from
just
Rose.
late.
Can he find his? All down once again. Another
Just
break.
that spawn.
That was the dream setup, and that does not last any time at all. And now Ghosty, this is a desperation hellstorm. You get
Yeah,
the
they've
guy
had
out
2
of
hellstorms.
time,
They
you
can
get
win
your team
still.
back in the mix. Boston trying to pounce quick.
Boston got to get going right now, boys. Scrap all through the front door once again. As Snoopy winning the big ones. Awakening on the trades again and again. Another break.
They leave the point and get right back in, perfectly oscillating to dodge that hellstorm. And hey, this is 10 seconds worth fighting for. Hydra chalking it up, leaving it for his teammates. They're trying to get out of dodge, and Snoopy is picking them apart along the way.
Big kills across the way. Lead
Wow.
change in the dire hours.
Wow,
now
Snoopy
for
just got
Boston
4.
Breach. And a battle on P1 as Snoopy finds another 2-piece. 4 now on the spree. 37 overall. 10
Now you
for
just
the
catch
win.
him sprinting.
Thieves, you gotta get going. You gotta get in the point now. Snoop's still killing. Snoop's still rolling. And I don't believe it, folks. Map 1.
All right, so let's see what happens post Hellstorm, because that's probably the big question mark to close this game out. Okay, so you get 1, you get a freebie.
Out of time and you get
Hydra dies again, just sort of outer halls. Is he off spawn?
your team
Yeah, he's kind of off spawn. So he dies hallway.
back in the mix. Boston trying to pounce quick.
And then what is it, just
Boston gotta get
3v3?
going right now, boys. Scrap all through the front door once again as Snoopy winning the big ones. Awakening on the trades again and again. Another break.
They leave the point.
Do you just flood here when you have a Hellstorm? Yeah, I wonder if Hydra should just go. This is kind of like the second time.
Break.
I mean, that was the
Yeah, he even spawns next to Dan. That's sort of the second time now he's gotten left, or he's kind of left them out to dry. Dude, he did this major 1. It's something with this hill. I don't know. It's like he just wants to be in the hallway making plays.
last any time at all, and now Ghosty.
And I feel like every team that just sort of force stacks this hill, I think FaZe is really, really good at this hill because they just play the most simplest COD, which is all 4 players on or near this rock.
This is a desperation hellstorm.
Because, yeah, as soon as he gets picked, the Hellstorm is negated. So these guys know one player's in the streak, 3 versus 2, or we can go. Like, let's play with pace before maybe he's
You
back
get
in.
the guy out of time and you get your team back in the mix. Boston.
All right,
trying
go,
to
go,
pounce
go,
quick.
go, go.
Boston got to get going right now, boys. Scrap all through the front door once again as Snoopy winning the big ones. Awakening on the trades again and again. Another break.
Well, if he goes
Leave the
left,
point
though,
and Get right back in.
if he goes left, he's here with Scrap. That's kind of what I mean. Like, if he just goes left, someone can watch the like Dan can pick up the flank after the Hellstorm. No? Yeah, of course. I feel like he should just play with the squad here. You want your subs here, right? And then Dan out of the Hellstorm just picks this up.
Desperation hellstorm.
going right. And
And again, another break. They leave the point.
All right, now rotation-wise, watch. All right, so Snoopy, he's gonna go top halls.
This is 10 seconds worth fighting for Hydra, chalking it up.
It's
leaving
two
it for his
open.
teammates. They're trying to get out of dodge, and Snoopy is picking them apart along the way.
Gets another one bottom. Gets Hydra here. He gets all four. Wow. I think, yeah, those two P4s, a couple of those P4 setups. I think Boston played it really well. Had some big multi-kills, but it feels like these kind of got away from their game a bit. So that was the Hacienda. Now let's go to what's Skyline, isn't it?
And I'm looking for LA Thieves. There are no routes being taken. Everybody's still spawning out. Scrap finally makes his way near towards P2, but Boston are going to have a pretty good setup. They just need somebody to collect the time.
Ghosty Walk might have been the guy. He's gone now. Envoy, the next player up here.
Good patience there by Dylan.
Attack.
I think that's what a lot of teams kind of get caught in this, like on these smaller maps where I mean, you kind of see it here a little bit. Scrap dies. Okay.
Setup. They just need
like Ghosty should probably be waiting.
somebody to collect.
Okay, Hydra dies. He loses a one-on-one down low. Like you're just staggered now, right? So you're going one by one. We've kind of talked about this a bit with like some of the like optic matches we've gone over. Like nobody is double teaming or sort of attacking a 2 versus 1, a 2 versus 2. And on these smaller maps, I think it's really easy to just sort of get caught in this like sprint, try to slide for a trade, sprint, try to slide for a trade. And like Dylan could have done it here, Envoy. As soon as Ghosty dies,
Ghosty Walk.
he gets one, and he could slide on the Purge. Maybe try to trade this kill, but they have closer spawns, right? You see Awakening, he's down here. Like he would then probably come up and trade, or Cammy would be there. So he just kind of waits at the door, and I think it's just these little things that some
Might have been the guy.
some teams get away from, just sort of waiting.
Envoy, the next player up here for the Thieves. Rapid attack. As the LA Thieves going to be able to get back into time here.
I mean, it's a good slide by Purge.
Wait, Awakening gets his kill.
But he was waiting for his team.
Fantastic cohesion on the approach. Cammy with a perfect pinch. The snap there from Hydra, enough to get a couple of...
I don't want to like pick on one player, but is this like another one where Hydra just needs to chill?
Back foot, but they walk away the first 2 hills with a decent sized lead.
A decent sized lead. Great trades.
He's the only one on the flank. You have 2 players on the hill. Scrap's also down low.
Boston there. They seem to be winning all these
Scrap
fights.
gets 1.
Teamwork is great.
You want to make sure you have this side spawn, right? You died towards the front, like maybe he's just thinking we reinforce in. But as soon as he leaves,
Fantastic cohesion
damn it, I feel like you have to watch this backstairs pinch, no?
on the approach. Cammy with a perfect pinch.
And maybe he was about to, but he just gets bad timing because now I assume what happens is 3 spawns here. You have 4 here. Does Boston spawn here?
Snap there from Hydra, enough to get a couple of shots in, and that creates a
You're still
problem
holding
for
the hill,
Boston.
so it's not
They
worst
fall
case
in the
scenario.
fight, and that allows the setup now for the Thieves.
And you're really looking for a tide-turning moment here right now from LA Thieves. They don't have the right side spawns, but the kills, they're getting most of them. 1v1 battle for the final little bit. Ghosty
You're gonna take
gives
these
it
trades
to you,
all
but
day
that
if you're
is just to
Boston.
keep the 50-50. Right now, Thieves a little bit more desperate for the time because Boston again. Right side spawn's gonna be the impact. 4 down in the feed. You get the scrap. You
Yeah,
get
he's
the
4-11 too.
rotation.
Sometimes when you get on stage or it's your first match and you have this first time on land in a bit,
in the best possible way. Gonna wait, find any more of this life.
you're just excited to make all these plays and you're just one second too fast. Just 1 second too fast and just messes with everything.
That is the calmest dead I've ever seen in the player cam. Awakening comfortable 17-8 right now. And the players on LA Thieves in the meantime.
I mean, great shots by Awakening. Insane play. I mean, he just kind of takes his time with the AR. He's the only player here. Well, he's got Purge with him on rotation. So this is like a really good hit by Thieves. Nobody overchallenges this. Who is that? Envoy just chills. Waits for his teammates again.
Those players back, Purge by steps. Gets 1. That certainly helps now to the point. Oh, an Awakening!
Yeah, and then goes for the train, just dies. So after that Awakening play, we go. So Hydra and Envoy go inner. The ARs go outer.
And the players on LA Thieves in the meantime, Ghosty's giving you everything he can.
And then we're going. It just feels like we're not on the same page on how we're breaking this now.
Everybody else is getting throttled, and Ghosty found a
And then,
new
yeah,
place
Dan
to
falls off
fall
the map.
The Spirit of Clayster lives on.
Absolutely, man. Awakening 6 spree. He's very close to the Hellstorm. Here comes the hit.
There we go. That time, that was a much better look at it.
That's a nice
All right, that was actually a sick break. Like, this was very, very well done. After the spawn ups, Envoy and Hydra just fly. They just double jump off back plat. Like, they get the first kill. Snoopy gets caught by Envoy. That's up top, I think.
The Spirit of Clayster lives on.
Absolutely, man. Awakening 6 spree.
And then they all just double chow. That was sick.
LA Thieves get the break and they dodge the Hellstorm.
I mean, gentlemen, falling off the map at this point. I mean, this is just not a good look. Somehow they're able to get the break. The Snoopy wins the one gunfight, clears everything out, and that's a gunfight that's effectively a 20
Good 10 seconds.
Swing. 10 seconds.
Honestly, though, you kind of take this.
So after the first set of
If this series wasn't going as bad as it kind of has so far, you would probably say this is a bit of a... It's not the best play. Because Hydra's through, and then you give them P2 spawns by killing the one player on the hill. Like, you take the 12 because it's Skyline.
the break, the Snoopy wins the one gunfight, clears
But the
everything
rest
out,
of these
and that's a
spawn
gunfight
out.
that's effectively a 20-point swing. 10 seconds Boston get the
Like, that could
Thieves
really
do
hurt
not.
them.
And Cammy might
Okay,
be
they just
overwhelmed
reflip, though. How the hell did they just reflip?
for Boston. Do not. So after the first set of rotations, gonna be a 50.
Not so sure about that one. I don't know. Oh, it's Old Hill still. Oh, old. It's Old Hill. That's why. That is unlucky. I mean, he's half a second. It's Old Hill. That's exactly why. I thought P1 was popped, but it's still P5 or P4. Yeah. Wow. He's half a second away from this being like perfect. Like they're being okay.
3-point lead for Boston.
Man.
Bringing the heat.
And then
in
breach spawn behind
Hardpoint.
everybody.
And Cammy might be overwhelmed as Thieves get into time, and Scrap wins a nice gunfight as well. Thieves looking for the stabilization.
They're recovering though. Awakening's got to play his life.
Chain this together a little bit. Their first P1 was very productive, all things considered. But again, can they make that?
Awakening did his job.
Here in our second set, Cammy, he gets through the feet. A big
Listen,
turn
as
there.
ugly as that was, though, right? As ugly as maybe this gunfight was, look what this does. So they spawn up right. Awakening is lost. Look, one player's looking, two players looking. This guy's trying to hunt him. He's just buying time. That's all he's doing. All he's doing is buying time. So then what happens is you pretty much get a pinch due to Awakening. Like, as ugly as this gunfight
Their
is,
first P1 was very productive, all things
Ghosty's going to
considered.
die.
Can they make that the case here in our
You're
second
just going to
set?
get flown out if you're Envoy.
He gets through the feet, a big turn there from high.
And what that does, that actually flips them the map because they get so far forward before kills come in. Like, they get so far forward. They get on the hill and they actually flip the map with 40 seconds. That's a crazy little situation right there. Okay, now we're just flipping all over the place.
He's gonna flip those spawns.
Nice, well, Snoopy had eyes on, he wasn't able to capitalize on that. So Thieves, this
So
is
everything I
the
just broke
moment.
down didn't matter. But it's okay.
Scrap reads it, and this has just been a wonderful turnaround moment from LA Thieves. I mean, Boston Breach simply fell quiet. Snoopy's gonna strike, but that's just the entry. You're not getting time off this just yet, but at least you get a setup around it. Looking
Yeah,
at
that's really it, because you don't have numbers here if Snoopy doesn't do this. He's the last one. I mean, they would essentially lose a P2 into a P3 if it's not for this Snoopy play.
Reads it, and this is just
Right, he's the only guy here. It's literally just him. I mean, luckily, there's a bit of disconnect. Envoy's up top, Ghosty's down low, or vice versa.
it's been a wonderful turnaround moment from LA Thieves. I mean, Boston Breach.
But I mean, you would be in a scenario there where if Snoopy dies, you don't have P3 control.
Whoa, let's go for a listening with Boston Breach.
Yeah, I got dominated. I got dominated. Yo, last two their side. That point goes to last guy all the time, boys.
Flipped.
So this time, boys, yes. You
One better for
can ram middle spawn, ram middle spawn.
All right, you kind of heard it there. He's saying they scammed. All right, so the reason why he's saying this is because they're going to fly up here. They know the last player is Envoy. He's just playing up top, but they can flip the spawns here. So you literally hear in the comms, they're scamming. Good read. 10 seconds left. Really good comms. And again, another scenario where Hydra just kind of goes. I don't know if he needs to. Yes, he's already here. He's just somehow the last player alive in all of this. Like, how is... Yeah, I mean, Scrap and Ghosty... Where does Scrap dies mid? Cammy kills Scrap. Ghosty dies. Ghosty probably can't die here. And then they go.
I spawned the back, boys. Already on left, down in the back, on the back.
In the bed.
Stay up, Eric.
Okay, that was pretty bad. Okay, that was insane. But before that, before Snoopy makes up for this,
Pop top, down top still.
it's just messy. It's not very clean in your setup. So you have 6 down here. One player's dead. One player's on the hill. And Snoopy's just kind of chilling back here. So top is open. He just flanks stairs. 7 just spawns up. Cammy just spawns here. So Awakening dies here in a 1 versus 1. Down the staircase. Cammy's not looking there. I don't think he should probably be looking hill quite yet. He should probably just maybe know that's open. Yeah, you can hear him. He's sort of like WTF. Like what's happening here? But Snoopy bails this out. Because not only does he stay alive here, he should block spawns, but he gets kills. Yeah, you see he blocks spawns with this spot. So 4 spawns out. He's going to get 2 kills. So what that does is that gives them numbers on this side of the map. And they should be able to break. Alright, Envoy now is in like the same scenario. He just gets 1. And Snoopy spawned there. Because Envoy died.
Guarantee a kill here, guys.
Really weak, Eric. Really weak their side.
That bro. By the way.
Yeah, they're gonna spawn back to you, Joe.
Oh, really good play. Okay, so we just get out here. So 12 seconds left. They kill Hydra. You just hear him hard play kills. Snoopy gets 1. Snoopy gets another 1. And they have them all spawning out on the right. They kind of flipped.
Stay down, bro. Get time,
Ooh, 4 spawns behind him. They think they're spawning old. They're not. Yeah, they flipped. They played that well. P1's been Thieves' best hill.
So another string of a moment there coming in from LA Thieves. The pinches from Hydra on this map have been ever present, and you're looking to get the time, but somebody's got to soak it up. Another pinch from Hydra gets there, maybe a little bit late, but you keep the time at least.
Does he just stay there again? Like, is he just trying to do too much here?
Pinches from Hydra on this.
They just killed 1 low. Here's the problem. As soon as he dies, Awakening goes, then these 2 versus 1 through the top. Like, if he just sits here, do they just 2 versus 2? Like,
ever present, and you're looking to get the time, but somebody's got.
Oh my gosh. Like this flank works out so well. This works out so well if he doesn't, like, if maybe Scrap or Ghosty stay alive and then they could just get, he gets a free 2. But this is worst case scenario. At times like this is why we're kind of very critical of like Shotzzy and sort of his flanks. It's because a lot of things for your team have to go right for you to make these plays.
Got to soak it up. Another pinch from Hydra gets there, maybe a little bit late, but you keep the time at least white or empty. But he has to do so much work to keep Boston away.
Hydra's still doing the work, though. He's finding nearly all of the kills.
It doesn't end any. Well, it might still end up being really bad.
Purge, will he check this corner? He will not. He will be brought down once again. And again is Hydra on the routes. No more kills.
All right, it doesn't end up being that bad, but I feel like it could just be a lot more time for Thieves.
We go to another hard point.
And a P3 where I feel like Boston have just had the extra edge. Scrap with the X-ray vision, but he's going to get traded out, and Boston win this rotation again.
They win it again through fire. Envoy brought down. Wins from Ghosty. Saves the day for a time being. Over to Snoopy. Can he get it? He can. Scrap with the trades. Hard point in the hands of the Thieves.
Keeping numbers.
Boston. 2 men in, 2 men down. The Thieves hold.
And this is a dicey moment for Boston. You need to get this break as well, but you don't want to overcommit and flip. You got to be very delicate in these moments.
Perfect start right now for the Thieves. First man, Snoopy. Trades are nearly done. The lead change is there, and they hold on for another.
Listen, these moments are always so scary when you're the team that's like about to upset, or you need 1 more break. Because the game slows down, and in the comms, it's just sort of, yo, everyone chill, we need 1 break. And I'm telling you, like, it's like time slows in half.
Another wave, now through the middle of the map. Cammy, he finds his, no more in the life tank. You're still fighting.
But they're always just still down a man.
I mean, this is almost certainly going to be a rotation as well. Boston, though, got to get these guys out of time. You strip a little bit away, but you haven't forced the rotation just yet. You need to strip away 5 extra seconds.
1 more go. 1 more attack, Boston. Once more in. The trades, they're done. And it's final 10, but you're not going to be able to win it here either. The rotation is on.
Going towards new. You get the setup here for Boston. They're going to have 3 out of 4 players near by the time. Cammy up top, 2 players down low. Thieves are going to be sprinting.
1 final bedroom hard point. 1 final go. Here we have it. Boston with a control. A solid break is all you need for the Thieves. You battled this far. Hydra down.
First win.
Next up through bedside. Down. Next man. Purge. Down. Hydra. Dead. That.
I think if Envoy wins this, they might win this map.
Solid breakers, all you need for the
Because watch what would happen. I think if he kills him, which he's down to this 16 HP, one of these guys, probably number 5 or number 6, maybe both of them end up looking this way, which then lets Ghosty drop down. And then maybe you have a ton of pressure on the hill. But this first kill is massive. I think both arrows may turn here.
out this far.
Instead, they stay here. They stay for 4.
Down.
So Ghosty kind of tries to go through the back. He ends up dying to number 6, which he may still end up dying. But this may bring up number 5, and maybe it's a 2 versus 1 on the hill. Either way,
Next up through
it could get got really
down.
dicey.
Next man, Purge, down. Hydra, dead. That is that.
Paco flipping his team seconds before P2. Let's see. That was the last P1 you wanted to see, like right before P2 spawns.
Thieves back to P1. A good listening there from Boston Breach. Pace in the comms. Trying to find the pace in the game as well.
They go for the flank though. Hydra goes for the pinch.
That one? Was this a flank? Oh, he goes all the way through.
Go see that top.
Playing stairs. Playing scat.
Thieves back.
He goes on this long route. Yeah, he goes all the way through mid, drops bar, and then flank stairs. I mean, you're just hoping again your teammates stay alive. Does anyone die when he's doing this?
Go see.
So Ghosty dies. They end up getting the time.
Thieves back to P1. A good listening there
I'm honestly, I guess, surprised they even flip here, but I guess because of his route.
from Boston Breach. Pace in the comms. Trying to find the pace in the game.
I don't know. I don't hate it because there's still 25 seconds left. I guess in the long run, it does. No, because they re-break, right? They re-break it.
Coming through hardpoint potentially towards P2.
They re-break right here early, right?
Entry from Envoy, gets it. Looking towards the back line as well. Can he clear it out? No, he cannot. Still, numbers here. Hydra, ooh, finally gets the kill, but not without a lot of damage.
I think this is
Final
more of the
cleanups
mess
there,
up.
the Thieves are in.
And he's able to make sure you flip the spawns as well. So
I think
another
this is the mess up,
string of a
personally.
moment there coming in from LA Thieves. The pinch.
Awakening wins a one-on-one. Envoy just spawns up. He goes on this little flank. They just double hit front.
And you're looking to get the time.
And then
but
Scrap
somebody's
dies to
gotta
Awakening.
follow up on-
It's so tough because players like him, players like Shotzzy, like when those plays work out really well, I mean, they just dominate and it looks amazing. But in general, on some of these maps with some of these spawn flips, it can look really, really rough. I hate it less on Skyline than like I would at other maps. Honestly, I think some of the bigger mistakes were on Hacienda like that P4. But what? This was probably the biggest upset. Ruined my bracket. Probably ruined your bracket. Boston Breach. I think the part that sucks about an upset like this too is that like Breach then just go on to lose the next 2 games. Like I want, if someone's gonna upset a round 1 like this, I wish that team would then go on to beat a couple more teams, but they have a tough bracket. But they end up losing 3-1, 3-0. Yes, it's something to build off of for Boston, but man, it's like you wish there was a little bit more for them after that one. But that'll do it for this breakdown. Hope you enjoyed the video.